You did.
Welcome, legends. This is News and Rings, bringing you nonstop WWE news, match results, and inside scoops. Hit subscribe and let's dive straight in. The wrestling world is reeling from a tragedy that no one saw coming. Seth Rollins, the visionary, the architect, the Monday Night Messiah, is gone. Fans everywhere are struggling to process the loss of one of WWE's most passionate and talented performers. What makes this heartbreak even more unbearable is that those close to the situation believe the events that led to Seth's passing could have been prevented. This wasn't an unavoidable accident. It was the result of repeated warnings being ignored, outdated safety measures, and a culture that too often prioritizes the show over the safety of the people in the ring. A match that should have been safe. It started like any other match. Another night on the road, another showcase for one of WWE's biggest stars. But according to reports from those backstage, Seth had concerns even before the match began. He voiced worries about certain planned spots, the condition of the ring, and the placement of safety personnel. Instead of those concerns being properly addressed, he was reportedly told to push forward for the sake of the show's timing. That one decision would prove catastrophic. During a high-risk maneuver, something went wrong. Seth landed awkwardly and sustained what appeared to be a neck injury. What followed was chaos, a frantic attempt to respond, hindered by confusion and inadequate preparation. A preventable disaster. No one is blaming one move or one person. The problem is bigger than that. This was a system failure. Medical equipment wasn't positioned where it needed to be. Safety staff were spread too thin, and the most alarming part, Seth had already seen the warning signs. The fact that an athlete of his caliber, someone who dedicated his life to this business, could voice concerns and be brushed aside, exposes just how broken the safety culture within wrestling can be. The human cost behind the spotlight. Beyond the performer, Seth Rollins was a husband, a father, a friend, and a leader. Behind every entrance, every chant of "burn it down," was a man who loved his craft and loved the people around him. His passing isn't just a blow to the wrestling community, it's a personal loss for countless people who worked alongside him. And no one is feeling that pain more deeply than Becky Lynch, his wife and partner in life. Becky's heartbreaking moment reports indicate that Becky was watching from backstage when the incident occurred. She saw the moment everything went wrong and immediately knew it was serious. The image of Becky rushing toward the ring, breaking through security, and demanding answers is one that fans won't soon forget. What was supposed to be a night of celebration, the two were scheduled for a lighthearted on-screen segment later in the show, became a nightmare that changed her life forever. Becky's strength amid unimaginable pain. In the days since, Becky has shown extraordinary grace under pressure. Her first public statement focused not on anger or blame, but on gratitude, thanking the medical teams and the fans for their overwhelming support. She celebrated Seth's life rather than the tragedy of his passing, reminding everyone of the passion and purpose that defined him. But behind the strength, friends say Becky is struggling with the same questions many fans have. How could this have happened? How could it have been prevented? And most painfully, how does she go on in a business that took so much from her? The larger industry problem. The issue isn't limited to one company. Across wrestling, there's a troubling culture of pushing through pain, ignoring warning signs, and prioritizing the spectacle over the safety of the performer. Seth's passing has forced the entire industry to take a hard look at itself. Former wrestlers are coming forward to share stories of ignored injuries and unsafe working conditions. It's a wake-up call, one that could save lives if people are willing to listen. Honoring Seth through action. Becky has already taken the first step toward ensuring her husband's legacy creates real change. The Seth Rollins Safety Foundation, launched in his memory, aims to fund research into injury prevention, provide financial and medical assistance for injured wrestlers, and advocate for stronger safety standards across the sport. It's a powerful reminder that Seth's influence didn't end with his career. It continues through the movement he inspired. The fans' unbreakable connection. Fans worldwide have come together in ways rarely seen before. Social media has been flooded with memories, clips of Seth's greatest matches, messages of love, and artwork celebrating his legacy. Thousands have donated to safety initiatives in his name. The hashtag #Justice for Seth has become not just a rallying cry for accountability, but a symbol of unity among fans who refuse to let this moment fade into silence. Wrestling fans have always loved larger-than-life heroes, but moments like this remind us that those heroes are human beings too. The financial and legal aftermath. While Becky and her family have received overwhelming support, the financial and legal realities can't be ignored. Reports suggest discussions are ongoing regarding WWE's responsibility and the outdated safety protocols that contributed to the tragedy. If these proceedings move forward, they could reveal systemic flaws that extend far beyond one match. What matters now is transparency and reform, not for headlines, but for the performers who risk everything each night they step into the ring. Turning pain into progress. The loss of Seth Rollins has sparked a global conversation about safety, responsibility, and respect within professional wrestling. Wrestlers and promotions alike are starting to implement updated medical policies, invest in better equipment, and create safer match structures. These are positive changes, but they're also overdue. If the industry truly wants to honor Seth's memory, it must make sure no performer ever suffers the same fate. Becky's resilience and legacy. Despite her heartbreak, Becky's resilience has been inspiring. She's become the face of strength through grief, not only representing Seth's legacy, but also pushing for a safer future for everyone who steps between the ropes. Her advocacy is turning pain into purpose. Friends close to her say she wants to continue wrestling someday, not as a return to normalcy, but as a tribute to the man who believed in her more than anyone. The enduring impact of Seth Rollins. Seth's passing is more than just the loss of a superstar. It's the loss of a teacher, a friend, and a pioneer who helped redefine modern wrestling. He taught others to take risks, but to do so responsibly. He championed creativity and professionalism, and now, even in death, his name has become a rallying cry for safety, compassion, and change. Conclusion. A legacy that will never fade. The tragedy that took Seth Rollins from this world has left a void that can never truly be filled. But if his story becomes the catalyst for real reform, if it saves even one life, prevents even one injury, then his legacy will continue to live in every performer who steps into the ring with greater protection and awareness. Seth's passion, his dedication, and his heart will never be forgotten. And as long as fans keep demanding accountability and compassion from the industry, the spirit of Seth Rollins, the visionary, the architect, the man who always gave everything, will continue to guide wrestling into a safer, stronger, and more human future.